Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm already joking, y'all already know. It's not my real voice, okay? So hello, welcome to my channel. Down is dirty with your girl, Dee Dee. Hey, how y'all doing today? I hope y'all doing good. WWE Wednesdays. Restarted. And we're going to get into it, okay? Because there is a lot to cover and I can't cover it. Usually when I'm watching, it's like lately I can watch, take a bunch of notes and it'd be no issue. Okay, well, the shows were so good that in my notes, there's multiple notes where match was so good, this was so good, forgot to take notes. Let me tell you, the WWE execs up there, y'all did y'all's big one this weekend. Big one. Okay? You did it. Stamp of Worlds Collide. WWE, we did our big one, I guess. I want to say we, like I was up in there fighting too. We did win the most matches. Honestly, I don't think there was a bad match. I don't think there was a bad match, period, this weekend. On to more, like I don't remember there being a point in time where I was literally like, okay, I can go to the bathroom right now. Even though I really do not like Peanut Man, for those that are new, that's Chad Gable, or his alter ego El Grande Americano, okay? Because he was one of the ones that pulled double duty. He pulled double duty. Stephanie Vicaire pulled double duty. Who else? Penta? Did Penta do double duty? I don't remember, but either way, there was not a bad match in that. Okay. And I really enjoyed the whole AAA aspect. And obviously, like, there is a language barrier for me personally, but I got subtitles. Okay. Everything got subtitles at this point. My TV got subtitles. I can put that on a projector, got subtitles. Everything got subtitles, so I can get a subtitle. I'm not afraid. Okay. I will watch it and not know what's happening and still be enjoying the show because they are that good. The athleticism is unparalleled. Okay. And this was my first time seeing like Lola Vice. And this was what, like, I've only seen Stephanie have a match one time, I think. So, and then God, I should have wrote his name down, but when I tell y'all, I said the show was so good, I forgot to take notes. My only notes for World Collide, I had to put them over here today, y'all, because between 3 shows, it became a lot. But my one note that I got, the opening promo cut for the entire Worlds Collide, you know, talking about AAA and the history of the luchadors and all of that. That was phenomenal. Like, I had goosies. Okay, for y'all who know what that is, goosebumps. Okay, I had goosebumps. I was like, wow, this is like so good. And it just throughout the entire show, having it to where you're not just seeing these guys and women who are here now, like seeing how they got there, you know, the people that paved the way for them. And I just thought that was like a beautiful way to do this. And especially in this time, I just thought that it was really beautiful the way that they did that from start to finish. And it was beautiful. And I think that it was important for them to do that, you know, not to just have this AAA and WWE Worlds Collide thing and like, okay, here's some great people, let them wave or let them do commentary or let's mention them in bypassing. No, like you gave the history, you gave, you know, how we got here. Okay. And that just shows the utmost respect, I think, from WWE, especially, you know, obviously WWE is international, right? But its basis and its foundation started here in USA. So, and obviously right now in the political climate and everything's going on with ICE and, deportation and just like the cruelty of what's happening. I don't think that this could have come at a better time. And this is also me gonna give Peanut Man his due flowers, not just as a great wrestler, because he is a great wrestler. I can't take that away from him just because I don't like his gimmick. But I think I understood the gimmick way more now. I understand its necessity. I understand what they're doing and what they're saying. I understand. Okay? And if you don't understand, go watch Worlds Collide. Go back and think about Peanut Man and his alter ego. Think about it deeply, and y'all will see what I had an epiphany about. Okay, and come to your own conclusions. But I do think that I'm really gonna hate to say this. I really do. But I do think Peanut Man I think he is essential. Okay, I think they need this. I think this is a necessary gimmick. Oh, that hurts so bad. Okay, it hurts so bad. But him and Vikingo. Him and Vikingo had a really, really, really good match. I was like, ooh, I almost burnt something. I forgot what I almost burnt. I almost burnt something. I was like, oh, snap. The cookies. It was the cookies. It was the cookies. I almost burnt something. I was rewatching. So I was like, whoa. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold the front door. But honestly, the entirety from start to finish of Worlds Collide was great. So I'm hoping that we'll get to see the AAA people a lot more, which I do think that it's going to be, happening. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I do think that it'll happen. I don't want them to, I don't feel like they should dissolve it. I just feel like, they should give it what it needs and that extra, that money and the platform, and let them do their thing, because they don't need like regular WWE. They don't really need it, but they do need it. They need the platform. They need that fan base. And I really do think that they won a lot of people over, because like those pops were crazy. The reactions to everything were crazy. It was just a really, 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 really good show. So I think that that'll be happening. And obviously we got some of the AAA people into the fights in the Money in the Bank later on. And then we got some little interference. And so I just think that it was the best time, and I wish I could have been there in person. Like I wish I could have been like in all of these shows in person. And I've never been to a WWE show before, and I want to go. So y'all, first thing I do, there will be signs. If I ever play the lottery and win, there will be signs. I will be front row next to green shirt guy. Okay. Smiles. I'll be next to Smiles, smiling with him. Maybe I'll have on a black smiley shirt to go with black and green. Okay. Or something. And we will be at front row watching the Royal Rumble. Okay. Because what? There will be signs. Anyways. So we're going to move on. Some Money in the Bank. Okay. Money in the Bank. Yeah. So our first match we're going to chit chat about is the women's Money in the Bank. Okay. And I'm going to just go ahead and tell y'all who wins, because like I told y'all, I really don't have that many notes. I was such a fan this weekend that I forgot that I have now made this into a job. So we're going to talk about it first. But Naomi, okay, proceed with caution, okay. Naomi, I told y'all she was going to win it. I saw the signs. If she didn't win it, I saw Rhea winning it. I didn't see Alexa Bliss winning it only because she doesn't have like a really solid storyline right now. But Rhea, she doesn't really need a storyline. She could just be Rhea and get a, championship title run. So like, I didn't see that necessarily being a thing. Okay, the only person really for me truly that made sense was Naomi, and she did come out on top. Okay. And obviously all the girls had some close calls. I could tell though that obviously they know who's going to win before they go into those matches, but I could tell at one point that they realized that they were moving too fast because nobody was there to stop them from getting up so they're like going up the ladder. I forgot even who it was. They were like painstakingly slow, like ooh, because it's not supposed to be me. And so I did think that part was funny. I forgot who it was. I want to say it was like Alexa Bliss and maybe somebody else. I can't remember exactly, but I remember seeing that. I like, oh, they went too fast. They went too fast. That's all it was. So, Stephanie Vaquer climbing with Julia up the ladder, ma'am, who told you to be that strong? Okay, ma'am, that's a whole human, and she doesn't look like a short human either. So, like, it's not like she's like short and compact, maybe like a Zelina or like Alexis. No, she's long. She's long. She's all the way up there. Okay. I don't think she was that much shorter than Rhea. So, like, she's not a short girl. So that's still a lot of limb to be. She sure did go up that thing scaling it with her. I was like, Stephanie! Stephanie! Girl, you ain't tired yet? This is like your third match in like 24 hours. Okay. How are you not tired? Okay, I mean, what she said? She ain't getting on my back. Can I get on yours? No, ma'am. She did not care. All of the women looked great. I literally don't have anything bad to say. Maybe it's because Raquel wasn't involved. We were gonna get there too, and I hope I don't forget. But needless to say, the match was really, really, really good. All the girls did really good. I don't have any, like I said, I don't have anything bad to say. I think this was a turning point. I really do. I do think that we are going to get more women's storylines. Okay, I do think they're listening, but I also think, like I told you guys a few weeks ago or whatever, whenever that was, is that I think that they're trying to build momentum for Evolution next month, which is great. But y'all need to hurry it up. Dom gets into it with Octagon Jr. during Worlds Collide. It was like, you know what? I'll put my title on the line against you at Money in the Bank. I think this was the quickest match of the entire day. I don't think it lasted even more than 10 minutes. Obviously, it was really a full packed card with just the Money in the Bank matches, because that's like having your Royal Rumble. You're not going to have 15 matches or something crazy. You're not going to have like a bunch of matches, because those specific matches aren't short matches. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So this was a sprint one. Dom retains, like we figured. I don't see them doing this yet with title changes amongst the WWE and AAA. I don't see them doing it yet. Do I see them doing it one day? Yeah. Do I see them having a whole separate thing for them? Yeah, I do. I think that they should. I don't think that they should shove them onto the WWE roster that's already jam-packed full and adding more every day. I think it should be a totally separate thing that, stands on its own ground, kind of like the TNA and NXT thing, where they stand on their own grounds, but they can meet in the middle and duke it out. And I think that that's how they should do this with AAA going forward. So it was still a good match, even though it was quick. Dom does retain. So we're going to move on to the next match. We have Becky versus Lyra Valkyria for the IC title. Now, I told y'all I thought that Lyra was going to retain because she wasn't ready. I don't think they were ready for her to give up that title yet, but I don't think that she's done with it. I know that Becky did win by cheating because, well, she's a heel, and that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to cheat to win. So she had a handful of tights, and that is what it is. But I do think, realistically speaking, I felt like that if she didn't, then Bayley was going to come back. But I thought Bayley was going to come back on last week. No. I thought Bayley was going to come back Saturday. I thought she was going to come back on Money in the Bank. So technically it was still this weekend, but I kind of expected her to come in Money in the Bank and disrupt that, But I digress. We're going to let it be. I just know that that's going to be a thing between the two. But then it will be a three-way thing because, but we're going to talk about Raw later. But the match was really good. I think that both women did really great. I enjoy Becky Lynch. I enjoy Lyra Valkyria. I enjoy this dynamic. I do think this should continue. I think that this will obviously come to a head at Evolution, and then whatever transpires from there, if there's still unfinished business after Evolution, then I think it'll tie up maybe in SummerSlam or Elimination Chamber. Yeah. Because then it's like if they do Bad Blood, I feel like they've had a lot of pay-per-views this year. I don't know what else they have planned, but I feel like they've had a lot. And they're bringing back Night of Champions because I don't think that we did that last year. If we did, I don't know where I was. I probably wasn't watching. But I'm excited for Night of Champions. Okay, we'll touch on that maybe depending on our time. Okay, because I'm running this time up, y'all. Okay, so Lyra versus Becky, really good match. Had me like, ooh. I was like, ooh, she's gonna get it. No, but it's not over. I literally put that in my notes. This is not over. It's just not. Okay. And then when they chit chat on Raw, it's not over. Okay. So we're going to move on to the next match because, like I said, y'all, I'm going to try to zoom through as much as I can because it was a really jam-packed weekend. There was a lot to talk about. And I'm old, y'all. I'm old. My brain ain't got to get used to. Okay. So next match we're going to talk about is the men's Money in the Bank match. Okay. Now, I feel like I told you guys that if LA Knight did not win, which he didn't, which I thought it was. There were some times I thought it was him. But it did end up being Timu CM Punk, which for those that don't know, CM Punk is Seth Rollins. And I know that when CM Punk is finally done and finally retires for real, I know that my next best thing will be Seth Rollins, okay? Because he's literally the Team Who version of him. CM Punk said that, but he was really accurate. Like, this man on the mic is crazy. It's kind of crazy, just crazy, okay? But he also is really good in the ring, and he doesn't give up. And I was just literally... That was my comment after, Seth wins, was just, I really wanted LA Knight to take that. Okay, I did. I feel like LA Knight has kind of like slipped down into the abyss since he lost the United States Championship. But he didn't really get fully lost in the sauce, but I feel like he's a little lost in the sauce. I think maybe I think maybe though he's making a switch to Raw potentially. I think it may happen. I think it's a slow thing, but I think it's a thing. It's gonna happen. So either way, obviously there was interference in this match. I told you guys there wasn't as much interference in general as I thought that there would be, but this match definitely had interference, and of course, Scrappy Doo and Big Boy, which is Scrappy Doo is Braun Breaker, and Big Boy, I can't say that normal, is Bronson Reed. Gosh, their names are too close. It'd be setting off my self-diagnosed dyslexia. Okay, it'd be setting me off. I can't speak that correctly. I just said I can't speak that. So they come out, and this is because at this point, Seth Rollins was like laid out and couldn't get up for a second. And he's like, get them out here right now, because basically it was about to be LA Knight's thing. Okay. It was about to be his. And Seth Rollins was like, I can't have that. Oh my God, help. So of course, Scrappy Doo and Big Boy come out. And they start wreaking havoc and laying everybody out. Okay, well, I told y'all, I was like, I don't think Jacob gonna come out for Solo. Was I wrong? But was I right? Okay, because I've been telling y'all that was gonna implode. I told you something. So I told you it was gonna implode. Now, please explain how this done exploded way sooner than Judgment Day. I'm so tired of them. I'm so tired of them. Okay, anyways, back on to Jacob Fatu and JC come out, and then they start wreaking their own havoc, and then Solo starts climbing. All of a sudden, Jacob got his angle. Whoop. You thought. Snatch. Yeet. He said, Sal. He said, got a blast. Adios. Like, he said, it's not happening. Okay. And then he goes, I'm gonna have to put the mic down for y'all. I hate you, Solo. When I tell you I was cracking up, I just know my neighbors hate to hear me coming, okay, on any kind of pay-per-view. I know they hated to hear me coming on Monday Night Raw because I was screaming at that like a Tennessee fan in the freaking middle of Neyland Stadium, drunker than a skunk. Okay, I was literally having the time of my life in my bed on Monday Night Raw, yelling at the screens, okay, going crazy. But that moment when I heard that, I saw that, I was like, I knew it. I told y'all like that was gonna implode. I was like, I don't think that Jacob is feeling it, okay? And I know that the Bloodline has probably been one of their longest, most successful storylines that people haven't gotten tired of. I don't know how they did that. Like, that storyline was like literal gold. And I think they wanted the Judgment Day to be something like that. You know, that longevity of a storyline, but it's not doing the same. Okay. Even though there's been so many implosions, there's only been like 2 leaders. There's only been 2 factions. You know, Jay and Jimmy have come in and out, Sami in and out. You know, we haven't even seen Roman, which I have a theory for that. I'm going to save it though. But should I save it? I feel like this is a perfect opportunity because I was really just going to move on to the next match. But seeing as Seth, Timu CM Punk, Rollins has won Money in the Bank for the men's. Okay. My theory is, which We're going to talk about this too, because I'm going to just cover it now. This is WWE Wednesdays. It's recap. I'm going to go all over the place. Okay, so we're going to fast forward a little bit to Monday Night Raw when John Cena and actual CM Punk are having their promo. Mind you, these is two of the best in the game on that mic, and I swear. And I know CM Punk broke John Cena because he started laughing and then he had to get back serious again. But those men on the mic, CM Punk on the mic is nasty. This is a nasty, nasty, nasty boy. And I love every second of it, okay? I don't even care. He could talk too much, and I literally will love every second because he's convincing me. John Cena said this to us since 3 years ago. He's like, you're not convincing. You don't have me convinced. And I think that's a lot of the issue with the mic situation is that people don't have me convinced. I don't think they have the WWE universe convinced. And that's where these disconnects come. But I digress. So they are going to have a match for the championship, which I knew that John Cena and CM Punk were going to have they're going to do anybody that's still there that he had a significant like rival with. It's going to be a thing. Mark my words. Going to be a thing. Yes. And I think we're all here for this. So CM Punk versus John Cena for the undisputed title at Night of Champions. I think that CM Punk's going to lose. Okay, I really do. But I think that Seth Rollins is going to cash in either Night of Champions or SummerSlam. Especially because there's a 2-night SummerSlam. And then I think what's going to happen after that is John Cena gets through, but I don't know if it's going to really happen that quick. I don't think that Cena's going to lose that title because now he hasn't lost it yet. But then the foreshadowing with Seth Rollins coming out with CM Punk and John Cena were talking towards the end, and they were making that match official. I think that Night of Champions or SummerSlam, I think that's when it'll happen, though. I just don't know if it's going to happen that quick, but he really only has, technically, gosh, because it's like we're halfway through the year. We're just now getting into June, or I guess we're midway through June now. But that's roughly 2 to 3 more performances a month for the next 6 months. And they've got to tie everything off with pretty little bows by the end of the year because he's not going to be here next year. So I think we're going to get a cash in prior to Elimination Chamber. Why do I keep saying Elimination Chamber, y'all? I didn't even catch myself earlier. Survivor Series. Okay. Survivor Series. So for Survivor Series, I think we'll have a title change. I think we will. Okay. So we're going to go on to the next match, which is going to be John Cena and Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes. Hey, and Jay Uso. Okay. All right. So I did think that John Cena and Logan Paul were going to lose. So that's why I said, but I also didn't think they were going to let them pin the champion. What? Not pinning Logan Paul was crazy, but it's also giving foreshadowing. And I'm not sure who's going to lose that title. Okay. I don't know if John Cena's going to lose that title or get it, like, how he's going to lose it. That should have it. I don't know how he's going to lose it and who he's necessarily going to lose it to. Because they could throw a spinner in the works, and it could be that, Timu cashes in on Gunther. I don't see that going so well for him unless he literally had them all beat him up to a pulp after a very long and grueling match and then cashed in on him. Gunther ain't no joke, man. Okay? You know, joke. But back to the match. When I say y'all, I thought I was like, it has to be Logan Paul. They're not gonna like have Cody Rhodes get pinned right now. He just came back. Like, I don't think that was gonna be a thing. They weren't gonna have pin Jay Uso because he's the champion. I was like, well, I thought they weren't gonna pin John Cena because he's the champion. The only person left was Logan Paul, so it had to be them losing. It's because we got Truth. Okay, well, no, we got Ron Killings. Okay, we got him. OMG. 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 I'm not even like. At first, I thought it was Randy Orton because the way he was moving is like how he be moving when he finna RKO you and you don't see him back there. And then I was like, then I saw the skin and I was like, oh my God, is it true? Is it true? It's true. Ron Killings, he's here. When I tell you, I screamed. Okay, scream, top of the lungs, scream, geeked. That, all of that. Okay, freak out mode. Okay, I was like, yes. The drama though, but I think that, you know, Triple H tried to play that off, right? Triple H tried to play that off, right? And Truth Son and Truth was both kind of like, no, thank y'all. You know, y'all got me back. A good job on the new contract, Dad. Like, I think that was an embarrassing moment for the WWE, like the execs up there, because not once have they released anybody since I've been watching back that's had that kind of response. And they thought that his time was over. It's not, bro. You could have got rid of The Miz and we wouldn't have cared. Yeah, I got rid of Carlito and we didn't care. Sorry, Carlito. You know, you were kind of funny a little bit, but, you know, I don't see you wrestle anymore. So, we could have got rid of Candice LeRae and her little boyfriend. Oh, I guess they're married. Her little husband. We wouldn't have cared. We could have got rid of Raquel. We wouldn't have cared. Could have got rid of freaking Tozawa. We wouldn't have cared. Okay. There were just a lot of people that you could have got rid of that we wouldn't have cared. And that we didn't care. Okay, because they've released quite a few people. At one point, one month, it was like 15 people got released. Everybody was confused about like Braun Strowman, but other than that, nobody's kicked up a fuss. Period, point blank, on the end. Now you mess with our truth, we're gonna kick up a fuss. Okay, we need that comedic relief. Sometimes y'all be giving me gray hairs, I'll be stressed, okay? Sometimes it'll just be too serious, or it's just like not, it's still entertainment. You need all aspects to create a good, rounded show. And not just that, but like I said, the locker room, from the announcers to the interviewers to everybody, that's no good. You can't do that. We don't want it. We don't like it. Take it back. Redo. And they did. And he came out and he beat up John Cena. And then Cody Rhodes pinned that boy. That was crazy. I just didn't see that happening. I didn't see him getting pinned. I did see them losing, but I did not. I knew they were going to lose. I figured, right? But that was crazy. It was still a good match, though. I quite enjoyed it. I really enjoy watching Logan Paul. He is so good. You have to put respect on his name. I swear. I say that, and then people will probably even saying that about Peanut Man and Seth freaking Timu Punk Rollins. But sometimes I'll be loyal, okay? And sometimes I ignore what's in front of my face, okay? And that's okay. We all do it. And I did. But you do have to respect on all of these guys' names, and all other women too, and all these people, even, those that don't have crazy technical move sets, like what it takes to get in that ring week in and week out and to show up and put it all in line and hope that, when your contract comes up that you're still popping and they want to renew it, because a lot of people don't get that chance. And I think that I'm glad that they listen. So that's it for Money in the Bank. We're going to have to wrap that up, okay? Because time is a ticking and I've been yapping, okay? So we're going to move on to Monday Night Raw. We are getting to some stuff, okay? Because I know, I just know it's something. I just know we cooking in there, okay? Evolution's coming up. Nikki comes out. I'm going to go out of order, okay? Because Nikki comes out and she has that, and then she starts going, and then Liv starts to go off because she lost her Queen of the Ring tournament, which Roxanne does advance to the next one because she came in on a sneak. She didn't but her and Liv were like working together for most of it, but she should have known that. Honestly, I figured one of those two are going to win. I don't think that Rhea, I don't think she needs to win. I don't think she needs this like the other girls do. That I think that they're just putting her in there because she doesn't have a title right now, and that's weird for everybody involved. She is that girl. So I don't think she doesn't need any of this. Okay, she just doesn't. It's like a Charlotte Flair or Becky Lynch. They don't need it in order to get these title runs. I just think that Charlotte wasn't ready for the title when she came back. I just don't think that's where they were. And I think that they knew that people were going to be very upset if Tiffy didn't have that title anymore, because Tiffy's great. But anyways, she came out, and then Liv storms out, interrupting her, and then Nikki gave it that 1-2-piece combo on the mic. Ooh. I love it when two vets go back to back, because that's unparalleled. Okay, that's like the John Cena and CM Punk promo. Like, it's too good. It's too good. Okay, it's really good. And my theory is, because obviously Alexa, reboot it. Liv, I was confused at what they were doing with the tag team titles, right? With Liv and Raquel, because there's like no tag teams on Raw. Like, Kairi Sane is back, so I'm thinking, okay, that could be a potential thing, but like obviously Io has the women's championship right now, so like I don't know exactly what they were doing, but I think I know now. So I feel like, because I'm pretty sure Brie is coming back as well, right? And I think Nikki and Brie are coming back as a tag team, and they're going to be against Liv and Raquel. And I think this is going to happen at Evolution. Do I know if it's going to be a full-on thing? Full-on contract with Nikki and Brie? I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if it's a full thing now, but that's where I see this going, because other than that doesn't make sense. But also, there's no tag teams on Raw. So, for the women. So, at least not that they're, having be on TV. So, ultimately, I think this is because Nikki was coming back and we knew this. Well, those of us be stalking the blogs knew this, right? So, and then I heard the Brie was coming back, right? So I feel like this is where that's going. So excited about that. Can't wait. Okay. I cannot wait. I need her to come back so bad. I was hoping that, she was going to hit Rack Attack or something on her. But when she came out in the jeans, I was like, I know she's not up here just to cut a random promo because they're in Phoenix and that's where they're from. I was like, she's in jeans and the shirt, and she had her shirt underneath. Yeah, we knew she was gonna eat that, okay? Because now she's gonna come back, and it's gonna be a thing, and I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. Because if you're not a Bella Twin fan, get out. What is going on with the Judgment Day? That's literally in the notes. That's what I said. What? I'm tired, Grandpa. I'm tired. All my life, I've had to listen to the Judgment Day. Okay, I'm tired of it. Tired. They need to implode. Implode. It needs to implode. Okay? Implode. Because now Liv is salty at Roxanne. Finn is like, ha 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 ha, what's wrong with you? And then Dom is acting weird. I fear Liv and Raquel are going to be making their exit from the Judgment Day. And then it's going to be Roxanne because she's all healing right now. And then I feel like Dom is going to go with Roxanne because that Roxanne's going to get at least the mid-card title. I think she'll have a mid-card title like within a year's time frame. If she doesn't, Stephanie Vaquer will have it. And I do see them giving her a mid-card title first, just so they can, say she worked her way up. Because I think that, a lot of people gave Tiffy a flack, but I think it's just because of the way she looks. Blonde, pretty. We haven't really had a pretty blonde in a minute, so I think that's where that really kind of came from. Is a lot of people were like, "I got it," and it was so quick, but she's really good. So let her cook. Same thing with Stephanie. Let her cook. Okay. First of all, let me pause. Are we going to talk about the Worlds Collide when Stephanie Vaquer and Lola Vice were both doing the Devil's Kiss, and the other commentators like, "Oh yeah, I like this. Oh, I like this a lot." I said, "Oh my God, are we in RPG era? This is giving rated R. It's giving TVMA. What are you doing? This is weird." Okay, it's crazy. But anyways, back to what we're talking about. I'm ready for them to be done. So I'm done talking about them. So I'm going to talk about the next thing. Okay. Sami Zayn advancing to King of the Ring. Okay. I don't know if I said Roxanne was advancing. Yes, I did. Okay. So Sami Zayn is also advancing for Queen of the Ring. Hey, Queen. King of the Ring. That match was so good. I wasn't actually sure who was going to win. Honestly, in my head, I was like, oh, Scrappy Doo's in here. Scrappy Doo's gonna win. Scrappy Doo didn't win because LA Knight came out here with that BFT. Said, I don't think so. He said, oh, you want to sabotage? This is why I think he's gonna end up on Raw. Because I think there will be, and everybody was thinking, he's going after, because that little clip. But maybe what if he wasn't going after John Cena at all? What if Timu Punk does cash in on John Cena, or even if Punk does tend to pull it out, he's gonna cash out and he's gonna cash in on one of them, right? Whoever has that title, he's cashing in on that title. I don't see him cashing out on the World Heavyweight. I know he's like, oh no, but he's had his eye on the Universal. He was pissed when he lost it. Okay, so he's had his eye on the Universal. I think that's the one he's gonna do it for, right? So maybe it wasn't that LA Knight was going to be going after John Cena. I think LA Knight's going to end up going after Punk, Timu Punk. I done gave them so many nicknames. I don't even know who I'm talking about. We just gonna call him Seth Rollins today, okay? I guess I'm tired. And y'all are tired too. So I think he's going to cash in on Seth Rollins. Like, Seth Rollins is going to cash in on John Cena or whoever, right? Whoever has that title. I feel like it's going to be John Cena, right? I think he's going to cash in then. But I think LA Knight is going to get his big title run because everybody has been begging for LA Knight to have the big title run. He's done his mid cards, okay? He's put in the work. Give him the title. That's just like Jay Uso, like it's been enough time. They can carry it, which is really sad because Jay Uso did lose in his fight against Gunther. I don't think I gave you guys a prediction because I just genuinely didn't know. I feel like it would be hard for them to have Gunther lose again, especially to Jay, but like, that was a good match, okay? And I knew Gunther was shook at one point because he was like, what the hell is going on here? Who is this? Who has he been taken over with? You know what I mean? Okay. Like, Jay did his big one, and I genuinely think that this made everybody look at Jay differently because the only move he used against Gunther that Gunther does is the sleeper hold. But you got to do something to that, man. Ain't no way you're going to be fighting him and like not try to end it quickly, not try to work smarter. You're not trying to work harder with Gunther. It's not going to happen. Like, that's not who Gunther is. That's not how he's rolling in. Okay. But I would like to see somebody who would make Gunther be like, oh my God. Help. Help me. I would love to say, I would pay to see that. But yeah, I think that there was going to be LA Knights and Seth Rollins with title issues. And that may be next year's WrestleMania, which is back in Vegas. I guess Vegas had that offer. And they said, well, might as well run it back. So they're running it back to Vegas. But anyways, they're going back to Vegas. But I do think that there is going to be Seth Rollins and LA Knight with title on the line. When that's going to happen, I don't know. I think a lot of things have to go correctly from here until then. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with R-Truth over the next few weeks. Or Ron Killings. I am sorry. It's going to be hard getting that together. But I'm interested. I really am, because I don't think that that's going to be... I don't think it's just going to be so cut and dry with any of this stuff. Okay, I don't see anything cut and dry. What's happening? I need some resolution, and we may not get resolution until Evolution. With Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. So, and which title is she going to go on? Is she going to stay over there on SmackDown and go for Tiffy's or Zelina's? And I don't see her going for Zelina's or even Becky's. Like, no, Becky, I don't think Becky's, obviously she's not safe. I don't think that she would be wanting to have a mid-card title for her final championship run. Because like she said, like her time is ticking and she wants to have kids. And so I think she said this is like her last year. So I just don't see her wanting to have a mid-card title as her last final big championship run. I'm seeing that it's going to be one of those big boys. So, or rather in this case, big girls. All right. So all in all, the entire weekend was crazy. I loved every minute of it. I'm sure that I missed something, and if I did, which I did. I don't know what I missed, but whatever I missed, I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm really sorry because it was a lot. Okay. I had like an hour and a half break, and then that's because I didn't watch the pre-show for Money in the Bank. If I would have watched the pre-show, I wouldn't have had not a second in between time. I would have literally been watching WWE from 2 till whenever it ended, which I really don't remember when that was over. But I digress. I have now been filming for an hour. Okay. And that means I've talked y'all's ears off. And I can't wait to talk to y'all next week on WWE Wednesdays. Okay. All right. So pause. Now don't hit pause. Just pause. And go hit that like button for me. Okay? Hit it. All right. And then go leave a comment down below. Chit chat with me. Say your predictions about what's going to go on. Say hello. Say whatever. Whatever you want to do. Okay? And then I need you to go do is hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Okay? It's important. You need to be subscribed. Because what would I be without you? Nothing. Okay? At least on this YouTube world. Outside world is different. But, YouTube world, I need you. Okay? And you need to be looking at my crazy behind, talking hoopla and stuff. So, subscribe. Then, go hit that notification bell. Okay? So you know when I am dropping new videos. All right? Because that, my friend, is also very important. Because how else are you going to know? I don't even remember to check half the things every day. I know you're not checking YouTube every day. Okay? So, hit the notification bell so it tells you. Put me on your way to work, on your way home, on your lunch break. Let me chit chat in your ear. I'm crazy. I might make you giggle too. We need that in this time. So, I'm going to see y'all next video, next week, Friday, Sunday, whenever you're watching, okay? I'm going to see y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all. And bye.